Many are the things you and I draw on our to-do list weekly, monthly, yearly. A lot are the goals that we do. But what if you and I wake up on that set day not feeling so well? So I want to ask, are you healthy? Welcome back to my channel. This is your lady Saada Sadiq. You can call me Miss Sa. I am your international midwife, and basically whatever I do here, I try to meet up with our WHO standard and the world standard. Today on my vlog, we are going to discuss general health tips that is for you and I, adult or child, male or female, young or old. Yeah, and they say we have 2, that is 12 health tips to be discussed. So you and I family are going to go through these health tips. But before I do that, if you haven't shared my video, kindly share my video. And if you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button below so you do not miss any video upload when you are not online. Also, if you're not following me on any of the social media handle, kindly do. On Facebook, I am Saad Sadiq, into bracket Missa Ghana. On Instagram is Missa_Ghana. On Twitter is also Missa. I love you so much, and if you haven't joined my Facebook group, kindly join. The group is Set Femin. That is the French word for midwife. I would love to have all of you on board, and let's say baby and mama. That is what the word is all about. Health tip number 1. You and I need to eat healthy. So they say we should eat healthy diet. But what do you and I consider as a healthy diet? What is a diet actually? So a good diet is one, as I learned from my JHS. A good diet is a meal that contains all the essential nutrients needed by the body, which is classified as a balanced diet. What is a balanced diet? A balanced diet is a food that contains all the essential nutrients that the body needs to survive. Basically talking about proteins, carbohydrates, vitamins, fats and oils, minerals, and also water. Water is one of the things that we cannot do without. So having to eat healthy, meaning that you need to take a bit of everything. So after you take your good breakfast, it shouldn't just end there. Within the day, you are supposed to have some fruit with you. So in my country, our available fruits are mango, watermelon, banana, orange, avocado, pear, apple. We have our own local apple and all that. So depending on what is available during the season. Recently, in this February season, the most abundant vitamin C fruit is alasa. Yeah, so that is what we call it here. It's called alasa, and it is abundant in vitamin C. So let's make good use of the fruits that we have around us. Let's eat healthy. Let's stay healthy. Alasa. The English word for alasa is African star apple fruit. Yeah, I'm so sure. African star apple fruit. That is the English name for alasa. Point number 2. Stay physically healthy every day in your own way. So maybe mine could be dancing. So depending on how you want to say physically active within the day, because not everyone can be jogging, skipping, not everybody can do the running around, but you need to stay physically active every day. So depending on what you are going to do to keep you active, some will skip in the morning, some do dance, because I love dancing. So dancing was a very good way of me losing weight. But since I stopped dancing and then my work keeps me so active, I've not been able to be dancing nowadays. It's not so fair to me, but I think I'll make time for it. Okay, so depending on what you do to keep you active every day, that is what can help you. So stay physically active every day your own way. Point number 3, get vaccinated. But taking vaccine is not a compulsion anyway. It is your right, your medical right to choose whether you want to be vaccinated or not. But a lot of vaccines help to keep us healthy and prevent us from getting the infection pertaining to the kind of vaccine. So I want to take, for example, the polio vaccine. For instance, the polio vaccine is given to children, and what vaccines are all about is that vaccine is a kind of denatured part of the virus, that a denatured part of the virus that causes that particular infection. So for example with polio, the vaccine is a bit denatured and is injected into the child. So when it is injected into you, you build a form of immunity per the denatured virus that has come into you, and then you kind of build a form of immunity for yourself. But being vaccinated is not compulsory. Don't say Miss Sa says I need to be vaccinated. No, vaccines are not compulsory, but it is for our own health. And trust you me, vaccines have helped in many countries to get rid of certain disease. So polio, we are not really seeing a lot of kids with polio or people growing up with polio because of the vaccine that has been introduced. So please get vaccinated when you need to. I would like to combine point 4 and 5 of the WHO health tips because it talks about something very, very similar. It says that do not use tobacco in any form. That is point 4. And then the 5th one says that you need to minimize or reduce or cut out the intake of alcohol. So to me, all these are hard to the body and it needs to be minimized. When you take in tobacco, like normally by smoking, you kind of darken your lungs and reduce your immunity. I mean, it does so much to the body system. And alcohol kind of cause imbalance to the person when the person is drunk. It affects your liver, it affects your kidneys because it puts so much pressure on the kidneys because it needs to get rid of water, and it kind of puts the kidney to a lot of pressure. So alcohol, tobacco, this too, please just get rid of it. Try your best. Let's do it little by little. If you are on it, kindly try your possible best to stop it. Point number 6, it says manage your physical and mental stress. Down here where I come from, we are not so good in managing our physical and mental stress. I mean, some feel that going through stress is a form of hardening. But hey, you are working so hard making your money. Try to take a vacation or try to give yourself a good treat. I mean, for me, coronavirus. Coronavirus really distracts my trips, I love to take a vacation, to relax myself on my leave, because when I was growing up, I told myself that, when I start making my own money, I'm going to ensure I travel, I make trips here and there, wherever I need to go, being in the Bahamas, Tanzania, Dubai. I mean, there were so many tourist sites I discovered online that I was planning to hit there every year on my annual leave. But coronavirus has really, messed the whole trip up. But hey, when COVID is under control, bet you me, I'm going to go back to it. But how do you release your stress? Some do it by, listening to music. Just do it. If you need to isolate yourself, just do it. You need to manage your physical and mental stress. It is so important because we're working our bodies so hard and we can't afford to go through all this stress for what? So let's do it. Keep your stress well managed, okay? The next point, which is point 7, says practice good hygiene. Talking about hygiene, oh. Hygiene is so important. Come on, you need to take good care of yourself. Personal hygiene is so important. Environmental hygiene, very important. Let's not underrate any of this. If your environment is dirty and you look so good, shining and flicking, my dear, forget it. That is still bad health. Yeah. But you need to keep yourself so good. Personal hygiene as a woman, as a man. The general ones, you need to bath like at least twice a day. Some people go like, oh, I've not been anywhere the whole day. And so what? You have not been anywhere, but your heart is beating. You are eating, you are peeing. So you need to take good care of yourself. The fact that you've not been anywhere the whole day doesn't mean you shouldn't bath. The fact that you've not been anywhere the whole day doesn't mean you shouldn't brush your teeth. Oh, forget about that. I know that it is your own mouth, but it is mine too when you're talking to me. So let's try to practice a very good hygiene, especially personal hygiene. Personal hygiene and environmental hygiene cannot be neglected. So let's do that. It is one of the best ways of you and I keeping health. Sometimes we get to certain estates right here in Ghana and you go like, wow, the place is so neat. Come on, every one of us would love to live in Chizako Villa, the place looks so neat and shiny. Every one of us would like to live in an exclusive estate because of how good the place looks like. So if imagine all those places was messy, where will you and I say want to be? You go to other countries, the streets are so clean. That is a good example of environmental hygiene. So please, let's stop dumping our refuse in the gutters. I remember sometime it was raining so bad and I saw someone put the rubbish in the rain. Come on, have you asked yourself, when the water pushes that trash to wherever it is going, it's going to get choked somewhere because there is nobody there collecting it. So if the rain takes it to anywhere, we are rather choking our gutters, our lagoons, our rivers, just dirtying it. So please, let's keep a good hygienic practice, personal hygiene and environmental hygiene. Let's stay safe in our drives. By car, by cycling, all right? So our point 8 talks about you need to not speed and do not drink and drive. And also, remember to put your seatbelt on, that is point 9, with your helmet if you're cycling. So this is a kind of road health, road safety tips that WHO is talking about. Let's stay very healthy. We most of times neglect these things and it could be very crucial. I met one driver who once said, oh, I don't like seatbelt because I feel it's a form of restriction and then it's not good for him, blah, blah, blah. He spoke about a whole lot. I didn't have any problem with it, but you see, at the end of the day, the seatbelt was done for a purpose. Well, I have not been into that kind of situation where they say the seatbelt doesn't help. But research has proven that having your seatbelt on saves you a lot during an accident. So, you know something? Let's just bear with the protocol. Let's put on our seatbelt. Let's not drink and drive. Let's reduce our speed. And when we are cycling, let's put on our helmet. These are good protocols, and I don't think it's so hard to do it. Point number 10 is an interesting topic to be discussed. I would like to skip to 11 and 12 and I'll come back to 10 before we end this video. But before I do that, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, kindly subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button below. Share this video with all your friends and family and remind them to subscribe and hit the bell button as well. Point number 11. Point number 11 says that do a regular health checkup. Do a regular health checkup, meaning that you need to take good care of yourself. Regular health checkup is something you should do annually or quarterly or every 6 months, depending on your schedule. But at least an annual form of checkup will help you and I. At least it is just to make sure that you are fit. If you have a car and you take it for servicing every time to make sure it doesn't break down, how much more your health? Okay, if you are paying for utility bills, you buy water, you buy food for your house, how much more your health? So let's try to do so regularly, yearly, monthly. Depending on how you want to do it, depending on your schedule and your resource, just try to do a yearly checkup. Check your kidney function, check your liver function, check a lot of your blood level, check your status. And you could do mild home therapies home. Down here in Africa, we have a lot of therapeutic practices that we do to keep ourselves healthy. Okay, you can do a lot of home remedies. Before COVID came, we already used to do the steaming under towels before COVID came. That it became something that the world and everyone is preaching about. Do it once a while. Walking on gravels was something that was already here before we even had the Chinese are also advocating for it. Do it once a while. Walk barefooted on gravels in your compound so that you can activate your nerves and feel good about it. So let's do what we got to do to keep ourselves healthy, but don't forget to go for a good medical checkup at least once a year. Then the 12th point that I want to talk about before coming to the 10th one, the 10, which I say I love to talk about. Yeah, so I love the 12th point too. That's why I want to talk about it before the 10th one. Point number 12, breastfeeding. So let's breastfeed our babies. Come on. This is natural food from God containing all the essential nutrients the baby needs, from proteins, vitamins, carbohydrates, water, minerals, everything in abundance in the breast. Everything in abundance in the breast. So breast milk contains the essential nutrient that baby needs. I've had clients who I made them to practice breastfeeding, and they can really tell you the difference between a child that is breastfed exclusively, especially, and a child that was just breastfed or did artificial feed. You see the difference in one, their health. Breastfed babies do not get ill often because their stomach lining from the beginning have the bile factor, and it takes very good care of their stomach lining and their immune system. So they are so healthy that they barely get sick. They might get, a little bit of reaction pertaining to body change or body adaptation, but breastfed children barely get sick. I am a testimony of a breastfed child, and by the grace of God, I don't get sick often. And I thank God for that grace. Breastfeeding is also economical. Food is readily available. in the right temperature. It is warm. It doesn't need to be warmed before. Okay. Breastfeeding, it is cheap when it comes to economic affairs, because you don't need to go and buy it from anywhere to be able to do that. So breastfeeding is the best. Let's stick to it. So point number 10, the very interesting part that I love when it comes to staying healthy. It is a particular topic that most people don't want to talk about for very weird reasons, cultural reasons, religious reasons. That is going on. The 10th one is that let's practice safe sex. Safe sex. SS, like my name, Saada Sadiq. Safe sex. Don't buy me. Yes, but the practice of safe sex is very important. I'm going to talk about it in my next video, so look out for safe sex practice in one of the days. But let me just give you some tips about it. Something I call the BYOC. So bring your own condom. One of the safest part of having safe sex is carrying your own condom around. Because you want to have safe sex. Maybe he doesn't want to or she doesn't want to. But let's stay safe. I can't stop anyone from practicing sex. But please stay safe. Your health is important to you. Mine is important to me. So practice safe sex. Hey, gone too soon. We have come to the end of today's video, our discussion on health tips. I want to say thank you for staying tuned with me and watch out for my next video. I love you. Stay tuned and keep on sharing. If you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe so I do not miss you the next time. Bye-bye.